Hello, hello. Okay. So, got your seatbelts fastened? Hello, anybody? Anybody there? Testing 1, 2, 3. Is there still life on Earth? Okay. Well, I've got something interesting for you today. Now, I am, as you probably guessed, a conspiracy theorist by nature. I like finding out things, and I'm not too scared to look, not too scared to say things, and I don't frickin' care if anyone disagrees. So go ahead, disagree if you like. Somebody's there. Who is that? Anyway, welcome on board. And so yeah, I really I like to sort of look at things and think of things in different ways and so forth. And the interesting thing is that I'm often right. And I don't try to be, well, I do try to be right, but it's not to prove anything to anybody. I just like to find things out, and I have that natural inquiring mind. And I have something very interesting for you that I find interesting, so hopefully you'll find it interesting too. But I just posted a post saying that this live was going to be on, and if you want to find out what the pole shift has to do with Ukraine. Well, here's the thing. I had this idea about all of this before, somewhere in the depths of my mind, and I just came across a video which confirmed what I was thinking. Now, you know that the world has gone a bit mad, and governments and so forth are just getting a little bit extreme in their demands on citizens and their policies and so forth. And you have to sort of wonder what the hell is going on, okay? And it is my, I have a few different thoughts about it, but I'm speculating on this. But Earth has been around for millions of years, millions and millions, a lot longer than most people realise. And Earth has had past civilizations that were as advanced as ours, if not more advanced, right? There's just all evidences of that have been destroyed. And what has been left is nuclear deserts and so forth. And anyway, I have posted recently a few videos about the pole shift, the magnetic pole shift, which is where the poles shift significantly, and the change causes a severe weather event or geological event for the planet. And there are predictions that this is likely to happen within the next couple of decades. And I'll try not to get too serious about this. It is a serious matter, but especially since millions of people will very likely die as a result of the pole flip, if not many more. But it is my contention that what we see as governments going nuts and doing this and that and crazy things and so forth is part because there are some people in the know in high places that know what's going on, and probably I would say also are in communication with aliens who also know that this happens, because it happens around every 3,600, anywhere between that to 12,000 years, every, as a cycle, ongoing cycle to the planet. It's happened many times before. The Great Floods was an example. Okay. So these people in the power, the elite as some people call them, or globalists as other people call them, they, I believe, are in the know on this. And, as we know, there's a lot of corruption. What is that George Orwell quote? Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Well, I believe that they are doing raids, if you like. It's like if you get, it's like when you get a protest, you'll get looters, right? People who are just outright criminals, and they just go in and loot. So any opportunity, and they'll loot. It's like when Cyclone Gabriel happened and there were looters. It's just one of those things that happens. But that happens also on a larger scale, and so you get a bit of looting of countries and so forth. Now I'm going to get to my point here, but I didn't want to just hand this to you, because this is very interesting, and I want you to watch this video just a couple of minutes. But but here's a little bit. This is from a video, and I have posted it already, called "The Terrifying Predictions of Edgar Cayce," or Casey, who is the guy who predicted pole shift and a whole lot of other stuff. But his prediction goes like this, and I want you to take note of what happens to Russia on this video, right? It's just a couple of minutes, and I'll switch this over so you can see it. Here we go. So hopefully the sound on this is okay. You can let me know if it isn't, right? But listen to this.
Hundreds of small islands. Most of the UK, from Scotland to the English Channel, will disappear into the ocean, but several small islands will remain. London and Birmingham will actually survive, but not as cities, as islands. Ireland will disappear completely except for land at high elevation. Russia will be separated from Europe by an entirely new sea when the Caspian, Black, Kara, and Baltic seas combine. The new sea will stretch all the way to Siberia. Russia's climate will remain intact.
Okay, we'll stop it right there. And I want you to have a look at this, right? Did you hear what he said, right? He said the Russia will get separated from Europe when the Black Sea, Caspian Sea, and Baltic seas combine. Now I want you to have a look at this, right? And have a look over here. Go to Google Maps, and you'll actually understand what I'm saying, right? So Google Maps, and up here we have the Baltic Sea, right? And here's Europe, and here's Russia over here, right? And we go, here's the Black Sea, here's the Caspian Sea. So when the Caspian, the Black, and the Baltic combine, they'll cut Russia off from Europe. Okay, well, where do they combine? Well, guess what? Right through Ukraine, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So what we're saying here is that if you knew that a certain country was going to be underwater anyway very shortly, and it was, it had mineral wealth, whatever, right? And Ukraine does have mines and so forth, right? Maybe, just maybe, you just want to loot the hell out of it. You wouldn't care about the people living there, because they're going to get wiped out anyway, aren't they? There it is. Caspian Sea, Black Sea, and the Baltic Sea up here, right through there. Okay, now let's go back to this here, and we'll just have another look at that. Right, hold on. Just here.
Are eventually becoming hundreds of small islands. Most of the UK, from Scotland to the English Channel, will disappear into the ocean, but several small islands will remain. London and Birmingham will actually survive, but not as cities, as islands. Ireland will disappear completely except for land at high elevation. Russia will be separated from Europe by an entirely new sea when the Caspian, Black, Kara, and Baltic Seas combine. The new sea will stretch all the way to Siberia. Russia's climate will remain intact, leaving Russia to supply most of Europe's food.
So there we go there. All right. Now I find that really interesting. Don't you? Yeah. So anyway, my speculation is that they know damn well that Ukraine is going to get wiped out, so they don't care, right? It's just a thought. I don't know, you can guess, but I mean, you could arguably say no, I mean, I'm not saying this is for sure, right? I'm just speculating on this, right? But why would Russia even bother if they know that Ukraine's going to go underwater anyway? Why would they bother, defending it or pushing NATO back, right? They could just leave it and NATO can have it and, but I think I'm just throwing that out there. I think that it's could well be that these people know that Ukraine is going to get drowned anyway. It's going to go underwater. And so you reckon they'll blow up dams, flooding cities? No. Well, look, we're borderline on a world war right at the moment. US badly wants a war right now. They're trying to pick a war with either Russia or China, and if either of them go, then the other will go in with them. In other words, Russia and China will be together, and with BRICS nations, probably the BRICS nations are all going to stay together as well. So what you're going to have is a hell of a war, and it will be a world war if that happens. Hopefully not. But the pole flip will very, very, it's all the signs are there right now. And if you've been watching any of those videos that I posted, the signs are right there. The signs are in the other planets in the solar system. The signs are on Earth and so forth of what is happening that indicates this pole shift is seriously gaining traction. I have heard the mention, I don't know the truth of this, but that the poles are moving at 3 miles a day right now. So, this may well happen a whole lot faster than what we imagine. I don't know that there's a whole lot of preparation you can do. You can you can go to the supermarket and buy some matches and some toilet paper, but the toilet paper will really be to wipe your ass when you see the tidal wave coming, because it's going to be a big one. And unless you're in very high ground, and you're going to be swimming and holding your breath for a long time. Anyway, just thought I'd put this out here, and I hope you find this interesting. And I will. I already have posted that video. It's called Atlantis World War Pole Shift: The Terrifying Predictions of Edgar Cayce. And it's at about the 8-minute mark onward. And by the way, in the video, he actually says that shows that New Zealand grows in size and becomes more equatorial, in other words, warmer weather. So if you survive the pole shift, then we're in for a really good position on the planet. Yeah, we could grow bananas again. Anyway, have a nice night, and I will keep posting my crazy videos. Good night.